What's up, you guys? Everyone's in. Sean, Julia, Mixtape Master. What's up, you guys? I'm back. Hanging out. Let me turn the brightness up on my phone. It's way down. Hanging out. Got the CE again, but today, instead of plugged into the practice amp, we're plugged into like my proper kind of rig at home. So for any of y'all watching this afterwards, hello, welcome. Shout out to Jason at Stratton Audio. I got these, I think he's calling them 76 SoCal. I can't quite remember. Pickups in here. And I've been testing them the past couple of days. And I really like it. The first day I did I took this straight from Sean Payton. Shout out Sean who put these in there for me and got the guitar up and going. Took it straight to kind of a demo session with Lanco. And I was playing through my board, but not my amps, and a bunch of different amps and like tones for recording that I wouldn't normally pick just at home and stuff. So I had an idea and they felt good, but I didn't know yet. So last night I took it to a gig downtown. And really got to break it in some, and it felt really good. I think they're pretty cool so far. I'm trying to like gather my notes and give like a proper thing on it, but wanted to come on here and hang with you guys. Well, how would I do that? Guys. I think it sounds pretty good. That's just obviously a clean sound. What's up, everybody? November rain. I don't know November rain. I do have my computer hooked up today, so maybe we'll take some requests kind of and throw out some stuff. You know, and I've got it hooked up so we could play some stuff going around. But what's up, you guys? MC, what's up? Randy, T-Guff, nice PRS. Hey, MC, let me answer your question. This is, real quick, though. It's PRS-CE. You're hearing me play on the two middles, and I got those Stratton audio pickups I just put in there. MC, hey man, you're playing sick. Thanks, man. Me and my dad watch you all the time. Heck yeah, dude. That's so great. What's your take on the super modern guitarists? Oh, like Polyphia, Animals as Leaders, and who are your all-time favorites? So I love the more old school kind of, I shouldn't say old school. Old school in the sense of like Stevie Ron Hendrix, but a ton of Mayer. I love Clapton. Also, newer school might be maybe, I don't know, Josh Smith, Joe Bonamassa's in that John Mayer age range. Derek Trucks, Guthrie Trapp, Tong Bukovac, Mateus Asado. But what's my take on those people? I don't listen to a ton of that music, and I don't ever try to learn it. Honestly, it's so far above my pay grade, man. Like, I can play, and y'all hear me, I love that grooving stuff, the soulful stuff. Like, I'm not a shredder. But I don't think you can make an argument that those people aren't pushing the guitar in directions it hasn't gone before. I'd imagine they're kind of like the Steve Vais of our time, that type of thing, the Satrianis. Like, I think of them that way, Tim Henson and all those people. So I don't try to learn any of it. But what's my take? Man, I mean, it's hard to hate. You could not like the music. It's hard to be like, oh, that guy can't play. I think that's about just incorrect. You know, those people can, it doesn't matter if everything's not always improvised, then that's a skill. I can't do any of that. So what's my take on it? I think it's cool. Once in a while, I'll listen to some stuff like that. I never try and learn it. It's so far above my pay grade. And man, I love that, what I was just playing that. Where'd you go? So anyways, that's my take on that. MC, thanks for reaching out. Jack, I'm so sorry. Per my comment I just made, I definitely don't know how to play Master of Puppets, and I'm sorry. Sweet Child of Mine? God, I mean, I could try. I don't even think I know the intro riff to it, man. I'll try and throw it up. Hey, thanks, though. I am playing a guitar that screams like I should know how to play some of that stuff, but I'm not, you know? I do love all that. You know, but here, so you were here in the middle too. Let's go to the neck real quick. I'm trying to get that lick over there. So there's clean. Here's a little bit of drive on that neck quick. Man, that... Anyways, that's a neck pickup. I'll go through some other stuff, but hey, you guys. Jonathan, what's up? I don't know what that is. Trenton. Hello? Is that a roots rock guitar? This is a PRS guitar. I don't know if you mean like roots rock as in like the genre, or if you're talking brand, but it's a PRS guitar. It's a CE. I don't have the truss rod cover on, but it's a CE, so it's a bolt-on neck. And I just swapped the pickups for some Stratton Audio humbuckers, and I really like it so far, man. I really like them. I'm trying to kind of get my feet up and going with them, you know. I have a question. What's up, Mason? Do you consider Angie by the Rolling Stones a difficult song? I don't know that I know it, man. I'm terrible at not knowing songs that people throw out on here. I really am bad. I love improvising. I'll make some stuff up, but I'm such a bad request guitar player. If I do know it, I always say, hey, man, I'll ruin your favorite song for free. Tips are appreciated, no doubt, but no one has to tip. The B.B. King stuff I like. What's that? It would be a cleaner tone maybe, but that, What's the rhythm for Thrill's Gone? Because then they do that really cool. Or maybe it's just... I'm gonna go... Is it that? No, yeah, it's a... Because he's doing a... Let's see. The bridge pickup, we get a little bit of sack on it. Really reactive. Look at that. If I hit it hard, hit it soft. Don't forget, man, you got a volume pedal built in right here, right here. Okay, you guys, way behind on the comments. Let me answer a couple questions. Ridge Co, what's up? MC, hey, sorry I'm so late on this question, and I'm late on a bunch of them. I'm also getting over a cold a little bit, you guys. But welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm going to hang out and answer a couple questions since I've been playing for a second. Tone is super sick. What's your advice to a high schooler who has aspirations of being a session musician to making a life playing an instrument? Okay, MC, I'll give you the real advice. It's really hard. It's hard. You can do it. I'm doing it. I make a living off of playing this instrument. If you're at the point where you're in high school, there's other things that'll come into play that you're going to have to worry about later. Things to think about down the road of you're probably going to have multiple income sources. I've got multiple income sources through guitar. This sitting here is one of them, but I teach lessons. I play other gigs downtown. I have my main band, Lanco. I do some small demo session work. I'm starting to get into writing. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that all comes into the pot. But for you in high school, like, that's not the immediate thing to think about. If you want to be a session player, my advice would be you got to practice a lot and keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. Don't stop. Play as much as you can. Like, if you really want to do it, you're just going to be obsessed with it, I think, anyways. And then session-wise, you know, I'm not a killer session player, and a big thing there is just being able to be a good chameleon. Learn all kinds of styles of music. I'd pick 5, 6, 7 styles that whether you're into Motown stuff, blues rock stuff, some country stuff, some singer-songwriter stuff, some pop stuff, some rock stuff. Like, all of that, if you can come in and have little bits of flavor for all that stuff, you're only going to be better. And all the really ace session cats like that I either know of or personally know, all can play all kinds of styles of music. You can hit any kind of group. Now, that's going to take you years of working on stuff. But if you're in high school, you got the years. I'm 31, right? And I still don't have that down. But I'm also a little bit different than a session player. I fit a lot more in just I can do a Tim Avon thing, and that's about what I'm good at, you know? My tone is pretty good, I feel like, you guys. I mean, that's how... But I love the responsiveness of this, but... what lyric over there? Crazy, like, just chromatic. Anyways, okay, so that's my advice. I just keep practicing, learn a lot of styles of music. Don't paint yourself too much into one box. I mean, keep going. You got tons of time. You can do it. It's going to take a lot of work. Is there an easy blues song that you'd recommend for a beginner? I mean, just the changes. I just learned a 1-4-5. What's an easy blues song? There's so many styles of blues. Like, honestly, if you want to be a blues player, look up how to play the chord progression to The Thrill Is Gone. That's a minor blues. I'm trying to think of what's a good, like, major kind of like a, or not major, but like a... Thrill Is Gone, but that's going to have the here. Now you'll learn about this chord. I don't know. I'll just say The Thrill Is Gone. That's not even the easiest one. There's a lot of stuff that's just a 1-4-5. I mean, I'd learn like a I don't know, some Johnny B. Good maybe or something, you know. I don't know the Star Spangled Banner. Do you have any drum plugins? I don't, Cal. I don't. Ever jam on some Grateful Dead tunes? Okay. Sorry, I'm going to burn through a couple of these questions, you guys, because I'm so far behind on the questions. But check that one out. It's a great song to play for people. Okay. Well, what song did Will say? Oh, Angie, he said. Okay. Don't know Spangled Banner. The only Grateful Dead thing I know off the top of my head would be like this groove though. I don't think it's actually a blues. I don't know where it goes after the one chord, so I just turn it into a blues and go for it. I'm going to practice that lick. My right hand's not synchronized with my left arm. So lick over this. Anyways, okay. Beautiful guitar. Hey, thanks, you guys. I don't know Last of Us, but I love that show, man. Love the show. I played a little bit of the games. I'm a huge gamer, but I play a lot more multiplayer games. Deep in Battlefield right now. I got me 2 of those pickups. They spanked the stinks, though. Tell me what you mean. I'm not sure what you mean. I think people want to listen to stuff like Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers? Like Super Mario? The Crossroad Riffs? Yeah, I mean, it's none of stuff that, like, I'm really playing on here. Tell me what you mean by the pickups. Nathan, what's up? Oh, when should I make the move to Nashville as a lead guitar player? Establish connection, forcers, make the move, and work my way up. Make the move. If you're waiting to build some type of anything before you move, you'll be waiting forever. You'll never do it. You want to do it, you got to just move. Now, I know that might not be immediate. You got to do some stuff, but I moved here, I knew no one. I knew one person that I moved down here with. No one. So if you want to do it, you just got to make the move. If you're like, oh, I got to learn this many songs first, or I got to get these connections, or I got to get this technique under my belt or anything, you'll never do it. You'll never do it. The biggest barrier to entry for doing what I do for a living and all my friends do is doing it. Most people, it's a big jump. It's a huge risk. It's very hard to do. It's competitive, but you can get down here. Dude, I'm not the best guitar player. The whole premise of this channel is that I can play, don't get me wrong, and I put a lot of time in, and I'm working on this stuff every day. I love playing. I still do. But I got so many friends that can play me under the table. I still got a job. You know, I got so much better when I moved to Nashville, and I'm still trying to get better every day, dude. I'm working on my pocket. I'm working on my right-hand synchronicity. I'm watching a Nicky V video, and he's talking about rhythm practice stuff. And I'm like, dude, I've never even tried to do that. Let's try and do it. Let's set. I mean, you know, it just never stops. It never stops. But don't wait for anything. Now, obviously, life stuff, you got to wait. If you've got a house, you got to sell the house, whatever. You're married, that's an extra thing, or a girlfriend. But I'm saying don't wait for, I need X amount of connections, or I need to learn all these Broadway songs, or I need to get better. You'll never move if you're waiting for all that stuff. You'll never do it. So the time is right for you in the personal life outside of music. Send it, brother. You got to send it. If you want to do it, the price you pay is sending it. And the people that are here have sent it. You fail or not, that's after the fact. But the price you pay to start, sending it all day long. That's how it goes, man. So great question, honestly. And that's some straight real truth. Will, what's up, dude? Listening from Nashville? Where you at in Nashville, man? Or you don't have to say that on the internet if you don't want, but... Pretty nice, but there's like wave answer or stuff to learn. Why do you waste your time? Oh, okay. I didn't realize this guy was just on here hating. Sorry, you guys. Let me block this cat real quick. What is... I don't know, man. Those comments are... I'm trying to understand that train of thought. That is just past me. I'm just going to keep going. Okay. You do a great job. Oh, yeah. I don't even know Crossroads off the bat. Isn't it... Doesn't Crossroads have a... Something like that. And am I wrong? I can't remember. That's literally off of memory of me thinking, how does it go? And I think it's... Or some more driven tone. Maybe I do it more something sweeter. Sound too bad on either. I'm still learning these pickups. Sublime, dude, I played Sublime last night. The Santeria song, and I had to look up a chart for it, but it goes to the major 3 there. I can't remember where it goes. That's about as good as I got. Sorry, Jonathan. I'm a terrible request guitar player, man. What's the rock scene like in Nashville? Man, I think it's totally here. And on Broadway, there's a good subset of bands. Like, everyone thinks country, but there's so many bars. If you go into some of the different bars, like Not Tootsie's, you can find some rock bands. Go into Kid Rock's Main on Friday night, and you're looking at a band that's going to cover everything from some Black Sabbath to Zeppelin to Wagon Wheel. But there's tons of, so the original rock scene, there's totally a scene here for it. I know they do, what's that night called at the Basement East? There's an emo night, but that's a little different. They do like a Pearl Jam and a this and that night, and it's a whole rock. There is a community around it. I'm not that guy every day, but I have friends that are. Aqua, what's up, Patrick? Oh my God, I'm so behind, you guys. I'm sorry. I like taking my time on these comments. Johnny Be Good is the best blues song. Boom. There, Amanda. Hey, good to see you again, too, man. Banner. Okay. People got a bunch of great stuff for you in here. What guitar am I playing? William, I'm playing a PRS CE that I just swapped the pickups out of. This is the first PRS I got. I got the truss rod cover off, but it's the bolt-on neck CE. This is from 2021. It's a cool guitar. First PRS I ever got. I just changed the pickups, and I've really been liking them, man. They just got this great, like, here's that clean stuff again. But Drums on Indigo. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. I know that song, but I don't know it. Hey, Tim, what? Okay, answered that question. Yeah, CE24. There we go. Thanks, Royals. Hey, Royals, what's up, dude? Great lesson the other day, brother. Hey, thanks, you guys. Hey, I'm going to plug the lessons real quick. If you're interested in doing lessons, I got a ton of free time coming up into the holiday season and stuff. Just during weekdays, I do Zoom lessons. If you're interested in work on anything, I've done anything on the channel that you thought was interesting, anything like that, just shoot me a message at my username, timavenmusic@gmail.com. It's the exact same as my YouTube. I do $1 a minute. I normally do a 60-minute lesson. Let me real quick block this cat. Australia, what's up, William? That's awesome. Spring Hill, yeah, okay, right on. Yep. William, I've been playing for 16 years. I'm 31. I started when I was 15. Went down to the crossroads. Yeah, pretty close. There we go. I'm 31. Okay, Patrick's got a good question. Then I'm actually going to work my way back up to your question, Patrick, because I'll actually play and talk about it. How do you get yourself to pick up your guitar and practice when you feel like you don't practicing? Well, there's a couple answers to that question, and I'm going to come back up to the target notes thing, because I'll actually play. I'll talk some about that. I'll teach it for a second. Picking it up when you don't feel like it, there's a couple factors, a couple different ways of coming at it. I've always played so much. I've been obsessed with it. I like playing. So the times where I kind of haven't felt like it are further in between, but it's always been a good break if I take a day or two, a couple days and not play. I always come back a little more refreshed. And if you are coming from that angle where you're playing all the time, it's good to take a break sometimes. Now, if you're not playing enough and you feel like I'm not inspired, I try and find something, learn something that is going to spark a little bit of that flame of being like, oh, this is cool, and start, so normally it's a new song, trying to learn just a new lick, a new tidbit, a new idea that'll have me being like, oh, this is cool, I want to create with it. So those are maybe some ideas. What is the pickups? These are Stratton Audio 76 SoCal, which I think Jason at Stratton Audio is taking pre-orders for. He might already be full out selling them. But they're pretty cool, man. I mean, look, they'll do this. They'll do this on the neck pickup clean. They'll do this on the bridge. Turn a little bit of drive on, and look, if I play soft, as soon as I hit it hard, the volume's wide open right now. I mean, they really do it, dude. Come in. I meant to go. A little bit of rocking sounds for you. Okay, let me talk a little bit about those playing new bluegrass stuff, man. This is close I get to my crappy bluegrass thing. No, I'm a terrible bluegrass player, honestly. Okay, Patrick, if you're still in here, or Pratic, like you memorize licks or travel downs as fast as possible when you're doing improv. No, so it's not memorizing licks. It's memorizing. I've got those shapes mapped out. The shapes, it's a basic bit of theory. But like, look, I was doing this the other day over like slow dancing in a burning room. So let's say we're sitting here and I'm kind of going. So how do you hear the progression while I'm still doing it? There, I was trying to stay right here, and this is where you want to start. Stay in that position, you know. There, I'm thinking it's C sharp minor, A, and E, but that's actually not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's 6, 4, 1. So if I'm just in this, I'm in that C sharp minor thing right there, right? By your standard pentatonic. First key is you need to know the full scale. So I'm going. There's my root. 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 So in that, here's my 6. We're starting on that. Then I'm thinking there's 4. And here's 1. So look, my hand doesn't even have to move. The real song is he's going to play because that has to do with voicings. But when we're practicing it and you're just trying to target notes in this area, you stay in that thing. So here, I'm thinking there's all notes. Everything I'm touching when I play this chord is a good note to end my phrase on. End the phrase. You could start in different places. You could emphasize for a second on different places, but I want to end here. And normally when you're brand new, I try and say, let's just try and end on the root. End your phrase on the root. That could be going. I walked up the scale. I did it with a little bit of swing, a little bit of phrasing, but I went. If I don't hit that open note. Well, I'm playing a root note. Root note, right? 6th chord. Now it's going to come to the 4 chord. I know my pinky's under a root, my middle finger's under a root, right? So outside of that scale, if I play that C sharp minor scale, there's that root for that 4 chord. So I'm still thinking C sharp minor. So when I go to this chord, I'm thinking, okay, where's that root I can land on? It's right here. So if I'm playing, I go. So I went to 4 chord, and I emphasized that at the end of the phrase, and then I emphasized there. I hit the major 3rd of that 1 chord, but it's because I'm thinking there's all notes I can land on. There's all notes I can land on. Don't always have to land on it. You can bend those rules some, but good initial thing is saying let's land on the roots. I switched up position. Now, the key is as you get better at that, I can do that in all the positions. So if we're playing here, I've got. And I can do it down here. point there is that's the way to start on those target notes. It's the knowledge of the cage system, and the knowledge of the cage system gives me the chance to say, I'm starting on the 6. Like all the knowledge that goes into, I think, doing that, besides the rhythmic, the phrasing, the background of having learned a lot of licks and having that in your category, the literal, what am I landing on? It's the knowledge of saying, okay, I know my cage system, so I know I can play. The normal song goes, and then it's this. So I'm saying E shape, it's minor, E shape, C sharp, or E shape, C sharp minor. It's hard to say. Then my closest one is a C shaped, A major. And then my final one is a G shape, E major. All day long. I got my 6 chord in E shape, my 4 chord in C shape, and my 1 chord in G shape. So knowing that and having that context, like if you don't know the cage system stuff, you're only going to know the progression, right? What about if you want to go, or you want to do, right? I mean, all day long, there's just, I'm going to come up here and go, you know? So knowing it in those different spots, cage system's what lets you do that. Everywhere we go, I'm thinking it's 6, 4, 1. And when I'm playing out of this D shape, I know the 4 chord's right here every time. I know the 1 chord's right there. Let's go up to 5. It's right there. Back to 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 6 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord, 6 chord, 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord, 4 chord, 6 chord, 5 chord, 4 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, sharp 4 chord, 4, the 5, and the bass. See, you can get it more complicated, but all of those, but in each section on the fretboard, I know 6, 4, 1 everywhere. Now that particular song is that. But then you just build on that. If I'm here and I'm going 1, 2, 5, 1, or I've got here, I could go 1, 2, 5. Sorry, if I play it right, I go 1, 2, 5, 1. Right? What if I'm up here? I could get 1, 2, 5, 1, all day long. So knowing that cage shape stuff, I'm saying, okay, where's my 1? Now here's my 2, right? C-shaped 5 right there. That's one people might not be thinking about. Then you're back to 1. I know I'm sitting on here teaching a lot, and I'll preach those lessons because I'm happy to work with any of you guys one-on-one. I love teaching, man. That's why I come on here and like to just do it for free, you know? People tip sometimes, and I appreciate that, but no one has to, you know? Landing on all those target notes, it's combining that knowledge with knowing in each one of those positions. If I'm starting on E, I know where my major scale's at, right? You know, and that's just all day long memorizing that. Here, if I'm going here, freaking. I just played that D shape one. What if I come up to C shape? See, I'm stopping on the roots. Let's go up to A shape. All right, G shape. Shape. Well, it starts over, man. So it's that knowledge combined with the cage stuff, because then I'm saying, okay, my blanket's E major. Now when I go to a 4 chord, where's my closest 4 chord? Okay, here's A. So I'm going to say that's my closest 4 chord when I'm playing out of this C shape. Now what notes are changing inside the parent thing of E? Once you get into the blues stuff, you can start mixing that major and minor, really lean hard into the A chord. But off the bat, when you're just playing major, simple, pretty stuff, it's like, okay, now I'm still going to play E major all day long. But I'm going to start on this A note. Same pattern. I'm just starting on the 4, right? Right? It's a sharp 4. call that Mixolydian. Or, I'm sorry, they call that Lydian. And I'm never thinking Lydian. I'm thinking I'm playing over the 4 chord. What notes do I want to target? If I start on 1 and I'm going... Went to the 5 chord. Hey, a tomato? How'd someone do that? Sent a gift of 100. I don't know what that means, but thank you so much. What does this mean? Hey, I know I'm on here teaching a lot, but 207, what are these things? What does this mean? I don't know what that is, but thank you so much, Jane. Okay, you guys, I got super preachy on there. And, okay, someone is spamming these gifts, which thank you. I don't know what it means, Jane, to be honest. What does these gifts mean? Okay, I'm way behind on the comments. I'm sorry I got preachy on there, you guys. Sweet Home Alabama, we hit them with that. Look at all these gifts. Does it put something on my head? Am I really ruining it by not having my head in the shot? Dude, thank you. GG, there it is. My gaming friend. I don't even know what all that is, but thank you. Thumbs up. Ha! What are all these bits mean? I don't know what it means, man, but thank you. My PRS sounds like mud. Davey, maybe it's messing with some stuff on your amp. Dude, someone is spamming these gifts, Jane. Jane, I'm so... What does this stuff mean? Can anyone tell me? I don't know what that is, but hey, you guys, okay. Coffee and weed sparks my creativity. Hey, teach their own, man. Ha, he said I do lessons too. $1 for every time you piss me off, so $200 per hour. Lessons can be frustrating, man. But thankfully, honestly, all my lessons I get from all of you guys on here. It's all YouTube, so most of the time, it's people that at least like kind of know their way around the fretboard. And they've seen a video and they're like, I want to learn something that I've done. So I'm never teaching someone like, here's a G chord. I haven't taught that. Now, if you're on here and you want to take lessons and learn that, I'm happy to do that. But most of the time, the people... I've never heard a PRS sound so good. What pickups you put in it? Davey, I've got, thank you. And shout out Stratton Audio. These are the only humbuckers he's making. I think he's calling them SoCal 76. I could be wrong. But I think he's taking pre-orders. I don't know if they're completely out yet, but you can buy a pair. And honestly, I really like them so far, man. I mean, listen, I was playing all that clean stuff. There's the both pickups. Here's just the bridge on clean. But look, as soon as I kick on a little bit of drive, and look how responsive they are. This is what I'm really starting to like about them. Volume's on 10, tone's on 10, bridge pickup. Also, you guys, let me preface this. You are hearing and seeing nothing but my iPhone. There's no mic, there's no DAW, there's no EQ. It's straight the iPhone microphone. So if you feel like it sounds good on that side of things, I promise it sounds good in the room. I don't do any fancy recording setup. It's my iPhone sitting in front of me, plugged in to charge. So, yeah, those are the pickups, you guys. How do you get yourself to pick up? Oh, okay, and I'm way behind. You play Sweet Home, PRS sounds like mud. They're perfect for playing. Hey, Stinks, Dave. What's your amp? I'm playing through a Sir Bella Reverb. Love this amp. Hey, David, I'm not a lefty. YouTube won't let me unmirror the video. I'm right-handed. Yeah, it looks like I'm wearing a wedding ring. I'm not. This is my right hand. The video's mirrored, and YouTube refuses to allow you to broadcast to shorts up and down and unmirror your video. And I don't know why. But these up and down shorts broadcasts, I meet a lot of new people. I get more new subs. I get more new lesson requests. Like, they're good to do instead of my like actual back camera sideways good looking broadcast. But it just refuses me to unmirror the video. So it looks like I'm left-handed. It frustrates me, man, but... Hey, thanks, David. Jane, I know nothing about guitars, but it sounds great. The gifts can add up to money. Dude, Jane. I always say dude, but thank you. And for the $9.99, not the first tip. Jane's been the only tipper. The gifts are something that I don't know all about, but thank you so much, Jane. I really appreciate you. You don't play guitar, but you like it. Thank you. And I'm sorry I just went on a tangent for all the people that don't play and don't care about me teaching on here, you know. What a killer. Dude, the past couple live streams we have just been killer. A lot of people in, tons of new questions. Stop this train. I got you on electric. How about that? On a PRS. Where's it go after that? I can't remember where it goes. I know it comes down to that, but there I'm missing one chord. Then you go into... Right here. Who says I can't get stoned? Turn off the lights and the telephone. Me in my house alone. I said, who says I can't get stoned? Been a long night in New York City. It's been a long time since 22. I don't remember you looking any better. Anyways, that's a song. That's not me just saying that, but and I dropped that pick so I could try and look. I'm not a singer, you guys, but doing my best, dude. Another tip in the chat, Aqua. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. Seriously, y'all know it. It's the easiest, best way to support it. No one has to tip, but I appreciate every single one of it. Jane and Aqua, thanks. Aqua Donkey Prospecting. That is a legendary name. Hey, Patrick, dude, I hope that helps, man. Can I be fast on solo? Hi, how can I be fast on solos? I mean, I'm not a super crazy fast player. It's practice. I mean, I feel bad saying it's just a lot of practice. I mean, anyone could copy and learn a solo note for note, but what about real guitar playing? Are the notes you want to play either in your head or they aren't? I don't think it's just innate, like you either can or can't hear that. Once I'm playing so much, and you've done it so many times, let's go back to that E thing. When I'm right here in E, I know what that's going to sound like. I know what this is going to sound like. I've just hit that lick so much. I know what that's going to sound like. I know what it's going to sound like when I go. I know that's going to lead me right in the 4 chord. I know what hitting that major 7 of the 4 chord is going to sound like if I go. If I go up to that 5 chord, I know what walking up through the major 3rd is going to be for that. You know? Let's go up to the 4 chord. Back to that 1. So I think what you're doing it enough, You are hearing those notes, but my ear isn't like crazy good, especially compared to a lot of my other friends. I've just hit a lot of those licks and movements so much that when you go to do it, you kind of know what that's going to sound like. If we're playing a 1 flat 7/4 thing, I'm going. I know coming up and going. So it's doing it a lot. You know what I'm talking about? And I know that might not be the same, but dope hat. Hey, thanks, man, dude. I get more. It probably looks like I'm more of a hunter or like a real Southern person wearing this hat than not. And I got long hair. I mean, it's I get more compliments on this hat, but thanks, man. I got it for free from at a festival we played. That's true too, Big Job. Sometimes you're going for it and you do surprise yourself. You're like, whoa, where'd that come from? You know, you do get that kind of thing sometimes. Sorry. Let me shut this door. Oh, killer stream going to right now, you guys. I'm having a great time. Been playing my whole life and I've always struggled for the holy grail of being able to actually play guitar. Just solo improv in my book. Same. I mean, I'm still working on that too, man. I know I'm sitting here and like grooving, and I think there's a couple keys. That solo improv stuff, like I was just playing. I was going 1 flat 7/4. In my mind, I'm thinking it's 1 flat 7/4. I picked a groove. I just randomly started playing, and that was the groove. I got my foot going. Thing there, but there you could start as simple as saying, okay, I got that groove. That's establishing both the groove, the rhythmic context, and a key center. Even if I'm not doing anything and I'm just playing, let's say I'm doing a free time thing and I'm just playing in E and there, I don't really have the rhythmic context. I've got phrasing going on, but I'm just centered around a key center. I know I'm in E, and I'm gonna hit those E notes. Sometimes I'm taking your ear a little longer to go back and land on one of those chord tones, especially the root. But, you know, so even if I'm just noodling that like freestyle improv thing, it's coming from I have a harmonic center that I'm focused around. It's not just me sitting on here. right? Like none of that's music. And if you sit and do that too much, you're going to be stuck in playing that. Whereas at least going boom. Key center established. No rhythm. I haven't really set up a rhythm for you, but I wasn't looking and I hit right here when I was trying to hit right here. Flowed through all types of chord progressions there, brought it back home to a blues. I had the rhythmic context kind of consistently going for a while. I was playing in key. I'm moving around a little bit. Not everything's perfect, but I'm thinking about ease my home bass. What chord am I trying to go to? How am I playing solo? And make sure you know that I'm going from E and I'm going to go. There's that 2 chord. Let's go to the 3 chord. Let's go to the 4 chord. Let's go to the 5 chord. Take it back to 1. Right? So when you're talking about that freeform improvising stuff, I'm just trying to explain. This is like high level and you got to practice all those things, but I'm trying to show you what I'm thinking about when I'm doing that makes it sound more musical than, like I said, me sitting going. Right? Like that's just not, you know, that freeform improv stuff is when I'm focusing on, there's like context. Maybe that's what it all boils down to. Is there some type of context, as small as it might be, and I think about as small as you can get as a tonal context. You could do it free time without a lot of rhythm, but that tonal and rhythm context is there, and I'm trying to play inside with it. You know, I'm not great at that in every style. Obviously, I'm sitting here playing stuff that I'm better at for me, right? Like those types of riffs, melodies, things. I practiced a lot. I play a lot. It just comes out in my playing. But anyways, really long answer again for something. So let me hit more comments. Let's see how bad I am at the comments. So behind, dude. Mr. Dino Head, dab me up. What's up, dude? My daughter Hazel says you're a great singer. Hey, thanks, Maximilian. I'd sing a little bit more, but even had a guitar teacher tell me to get stoned and that might help. Man, I mean, you could try that. I spent a lot of years playing like that. I think creativity-wise it was great, but I don't know. That's a whole different topic. I should make a longer YouTube video specifically about that. My life is infinitely better like not being like that every day. And I spent like a lot of years like that all the time. And my life has been infinitely better since that has not been the case. Hey, thanks, Tack. What's up, you guys? Okay. Best way to get new licks in your vocabulary. Nick, rip them off of other people. Try something. You don't have to learn a whole solo, man. Take 4 seconds of something that you loved and learn that 4 seconds, you know? What's up, Michelle? I play guitar? Heck yeah. So it's just a series of licks that you know how they sound, stringing them together. It's not the series of licks. It is, but it boils down even one level deeper than that. That like, here's my 1, 5. That interval, like I'm thinking, okay, I know what it's gonna sound like when I go up to the major third. And I know that's 1, 2 major third instead of just going that's straight up to that major third. I know what it's gonna sound like when I milk that minor third a little bit when I go. That flat 7 there, I know that little. If I want to milk that flat 7, I go. That instantly, that takes that lick from going. All right, let's not do the slide. Just a little bit of doing that. I know that flat 7, if I want to add that flavor, it doesn't always call for that flavor, but if you want to, I hit that. Now I've got those other flavors in there. If I want to keep it super pretty, I'm going to lean away from those a little bit. I'm all thinking that context. I let it right back to that cage system G shape all day long. So 1, 5, 1, major 7, 1, 6, 1, 1, 1. Nikki V had a great thing of going. Trying to sing them. I can't sing that well, but you know, it's getting it in your head. PRS, nice tone. Hey, thanks. Being gifted helps too. Well, Aqua, you know, people always say that. It's hard on this perspective. People say, oh, you're talented or you're gifted. When you're on that side of the coin of someone saying that to you, it's like, man, well, I mean, it's more than 10,000 hours I've been sitting staring at this thing. It's 16 years of all the time of my life. So it's like, is it gifted or have I just not quit, you know? The hat tucking rocks. Heck yeah, thanks, Cliff William. I don't know what Thunderstruck off to my head. Martin from England, hello. Did you find that you got your level within a couple years when you first picked up the guitar? Would you say you were 90% as good as you were now within the first couple years? No, not at all. Not at all. I spent the first 8 years getting it. I got some good touch, some good taste, some good feel, but I didn't know all the stuff that I'm sitting here teaching you about, all that stuff I just explained. I didn't know that. I could run through some licks, but I didn't know that stuff. Then I had to spend years. When I got to Nashville, I started learning all that. Then I was thinking a lot. You're thinking a lot. You're not making as much music. I'm thinking about this stuff while I'm playing it. Now, over the past X amount of years, it's gotten more to the point where I don't have to think so hard about that. It's naturally coming out because I've run through it time and time and time again. It's always there. My 1 chord, my 4 chord, my 5 chord, my 1 chord, my 4 chord, my 5 chord, my 1 chord, my 4 chord, my 5 chord, my 1 chord, my 6 chord, my 5 chord, my 3 chord, 2, dominant 2, dominant 3. We go up to the 6, minor 5. Here's another minor 5. We go back to 4, you know? Let's do a 2, 5 to 1. Let's go up to this one, then this one. You know, I've done that so much, constant, working on stuff. So, no, I was, I don't know, the first couple years that I was playing, I'd say I was maybe 30% as good as I am now. Now I could play, kinda, but I didn't know what I was doing. I couldn't go up and down the fretboard easily. I didn't have all this knowledge unlocked. And when I moved to Nashville and started getting around cats that really knew it, that's where I started jamming with those people, making friends, asking questions, going to jams and getting my ass kicked, which I still do, you know? And I just kept going home, and I kept practicing, and I kept trying to employ the ideas, and I kept doing it. That's my biggest takeaway. I don't know all of Johnny B. Good. I mean, I just know I don't even know what key he... Is it B flat? love that tone right now. Add a little country flavor into the blues playing. Okay, let me come down. I'll sit and talk about that for a second, but PRS or Fender? PRS, it's a CE. I don't have the truss rod cover on, but it's a 2021. You can kind of see 21 up there. 21 CE, and I just put new pickups in it. Stratton Audio, SoCal 76, I think what they are. Hey, dude, I'm going to answer some more questions. Dude, thanks for everybody hanging out. Tons of likes, tons of hangs in this chat, tons of questions. I love doing this stuff, man. Also, the tips and the gifts, man, I appreciate it. No one has to tip or gift, but all of that, greatly appreciated, dude. How is it not, you know? It seriously is. It seriously is. I'm going to answer that country flavor question. Yippee. Tim Avon in the house. Love the theory. Tip. Hey, thanks, man. You have to know it, but it makes it an adventure. Yeah, hey, Vermont. Hey, APAC Mana? I don't know how to say your name, but hello, Vermont. Thank you. Hey, Tim, have you heard of Synergy Amps? I haven't, Tack Ridge. I don't know Bohemian Rhapsody. Hello, Dolly, Ethan. Love Nikki. Yeah, you're talking about Nikki V, man? Eight years for, what? What are you talking about? Nice cap, that's good. What scale? What scale note do you think of as the most dissonant? I would assume the 5, since its wavelengths would be the farthest from the tonic. Definitely not the 5. I don't think it's the 5. I mean, if you're talking like diatonic scale, what's the most dissonant? I don't know. Because if the 5 was the most dissonant, then this chord, you know, a major chord wouldn't sound great. Because I don't know. I mean, a major 7, 1, and that's probably technically the most dissonant. But as soon as you put it in context and play a major 7 chord, it's beautiful. There's major 9. I put that 9 on top of my pinky. Probably that major 7. If you're just playing by themselves. Definitely not the 5 though, because look, here's 1 and 5. It feels very grounded. Here's 1 and 3. Here's 1 and 4. Very grounded. 1 and 6. Grounded. There's 1 and flat 7. A little more dissonant, but it's not that much. Here's 1 in major 7. It's probably the most dissonant. They're just a half step away from each other, you know? But something's beautiful about it going. Anyways, great question. Great question, man. You got new pickups? Yep, I got those Stratton Audio, SoCal 76, I think they're called. Pickups in here. Really liking them, man. Really liking it. How much did I pay to get a new pickup? Well, I'm an artist with Stratton Audio, so I'm testing these pickups out. Locrian is the most dissonant. I mean, yeah. So if you're talking about a mode of playing off of it, because when I just say the flat 7, I'm talking just the interval. But yeah, if you're talking the mode, right? Like here's A major, and then Locrian over it is what it's. I'm just playing that A major scale, but instead of playing 1 to 1, I'm playing 7 to 7. Now it's not A Locrian. That's not A Locrian. We're not there. We're playing A flat Locrian. But I never once use that. I'm never thinking I'm coming down to Locrian. I mean, you know, I'm just there's certain styles of music that might really hit on those things. I'm never thinking that. Even Mixolydian stuff. I mean, technically I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna hit that flat 7 a little bit. If I play right. Anyways, good question though. Good question. This is CE. C with a C. It's got the bolt-on neck. I don't have the truss rod cover on it. But hey, thanks you guys. Closer together or distant? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Alberto says hello from Puerto Rico. Hey, what's up, Alberto? Hello, Puerto Rico. Do I like Pearl Jam? I like it. I don't listen to it a bunch, to be honest, but I don't dislike it. I just never really listen to it. Dude, you guys, so many people in here. Thank you. And thanks for hitting that like button and stuff. I'll plug the lessons one more time, and I'll keep playing. TimAvenMusic@gmail. It's a YouTube username. Hit me up if you guys want to learn something. I do $1 a minute. I do Zoom lessons. So do it all over the world, provide you with a recording of it, all that stuff. What's under the Locrian, Dorian? Tell me what you mean. Tell me what you mean. You talking about going a step down? Because we got 7, 6 is Aeolian. Playing 6 to 6, it's just minor. Aeolian, it's like Ionian. Ionian just means major. Aeolian, minor. I mean, here's the thing, guys. It's stuff I know. I know those modes. I could play you all the modes off of A. But I'm never using that, you know? Different styles of music. Maybe that is important to learn. I'm never thinking I'm going to, like... When's times I'm ever kind of thinking that? Even here, I'm not thinking that, but this is an example. Let's say you're playing a progression like this. So I'm thinking I'm going 6, right? Now, it's kind of like a dominant 2. Now, if you're boiling it down, sometimes in blues sense, I'm just thinking I'm going 1, 1, 4, 1, 4, but it's minor. You know, there's a couple ways to think about it. Now, going to this here, I'm in B minor. Then I got an E dominant chord. That E, there's that major third. So there, technically be Dorian. I'd be going... That, right? That raised, what? I think of it as a raised 4th. But this Dorian note, that's... I'm not thinking Dorian, even though technically there you'd be playing out a Dorian. If I loop that progression, I'll groove over it for a second. But I'm thinking it's the major 3rd of this chord. That's what I'm thinking. Here's an E7, here's an E7, here's an E7, here's an E7. I'm leading back to B minor. So I'm going... Anyways, I know that's not exactly what you were talking about, you know, but that's just me getting on a tangent, talking a little bit about it and stuff. I don't know Girl from Ipanema off the bat, honestly. I was trying to imagine the note sound that would be exactly between the two root notes. I see what you're saying with the dissonant one. To be honest, with Locrian noon actually makes music in actual Locrian 100%. Otherwise, the root chord is dissonant. I don't exactly know what you're saying there, N64 man. To be honest, I'm happy to try and re-answer that though. Very BB King sounding, exactly right. That's kind of that Thriller's Gone vibe. Except he'd go up to a minor 4, or you could think 6, 2, 3, 6. You know, blues context is the only time I'm thinking kind of 1, 4, 5, even if it's minor. That's about the only exception I have on it. That's just how I think about it. But sometimes you're going, you go up to that classic normal 5. You could make it extra fun. You could go, you could do that little half diminished. They would do the Thriller's Gone thing real. Does he go? That's what he does. He does that flat 6 major 7 down to that natural 5, 5 of, you know. All right, you guys, I got a little bit more time on here. We're just hanging out on here. What about flamenco? I don't know very much about flamenco guitar, to be honest. And look, here's the thing. What I'm talking about is all on the side of my perspective, because there's totally other styles of music that are going to lean on these things, and you are thinking more this or that maybe. But everything I play, I'm just not thinking in that way. I'm not playing really heady, crazy music. I'm playing a lot of soul, blues, roots, country, a little bit of rock stuff, blues rock, some R&B, groove stuff, a little tiny bit of jazz flavor. And that means I might use like 1, 2, 5 somewhere, you know. I'm doing good, Ryan. How are you? I don't know, Paranoid Hunters. One more thing on my mind. I'm trying to hybrid pick you. How do you hold and move your pick around in your hand? Okay, hey, great question. Hold and move your pick. So here, I'm holding it, especially when I'm hybrid picking, it's these two, and I'm holding it just like, here's just me. I grab the pick, okay, like I'm going to play. And that's what it looks like. I mean, that's how I'm holding it. Now, you'll notice, too, I use the shoulder of it. You don't have to use the shoulder of it. You could do it like this, but I use the shoulder. So, I'm using the side, but it doesn't matter. You don't have to change up your picking. And then hybrid picking, good place to start. I'll do a little lesson. So, we're talking about that country stuff, right? Like, and I'll get it to where you can see my right hand, too. Check this out. So, look at my right hand while I do this, right? I'm going... some type of country thing. this is a good way to start. Practice it. This is how I teach people off the bat. I'm going to grab that A power chord. Now, if you want that country flavor, you're going to palm mute it. I got some slap back going too. That helps a ton. I'm going to turn this compressor on, brighten up my tone a little bit. Right, so I'm going, the great way to try and start it is pick on the lowest, on the A string. I got my middle finger on the D string. And I got my ring finger on the G string. And I'm going pick, pop the two of them together. You can play through a blues that way. Pick on the root and you just play the 5 and 1. If it's an A, you go to D. E. Now that palm mute's important if you're really trying to lean country, because that gives it that, if I go, see there, I'm just letting it all ring out. It's also all staccato. Releasing that pressure on my left hand right when I hit it. Now that's initially. Another good practice thing is going pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle, pick, middle. Then you can start trying to go. Let's see. Could just do that if going. It's hard for me to not add those extra bass notes. I've learned it so much, and I never go just straight on it. So that's what we're thinking. If you were doing the hit and you were going. Look at my right hand. Here's picking. Hybrid picking. Eventually, you practice that a bunch, you'll start getting the key off the bat when you're learning this is getting this disconnected from these two. It's really getting them all moving on their own, you know? And that's how then you're doing. Let's get close on my hand real quick right here. Look, if I'm going like this, I'm going. That's my kind of intro to it. I practice just those first basic things and really get that palm mute down, and that staccato. Anyways, so I'm playing through a bunch of stuff, but okay, let's see real quick. Okay, reminds me of You Know What I Mean by Jeff Beck. I can't even remember what I was playing. Wallenberg, I know. It honestly makes me mad too on these up and down ones. I just, every other platform lets me unmirror the video. YouTube just refuses to do that, man. And it's so annoying. I just don't get it. So, yes, it's very annoying. I could use third-party software and do it, but it's just, like last time I got some good third-party software, but then I can't, I get plenty of any like random kind of hate and comment or just passing through, just saying some off-the-wall stuff. I just block instantly. Well, then on that third-party stuff, I can't block the person now. It's just, you know, it makes me so angry about the left-handed thing. But anyways. Are you using the 6 for bending? I talk about pedal steel licks. I don't know any Coheed and Cambria. I can't play any stuff like that, to be honest. The pedal steel licks I can talk about. I've got, I'm gonna spend like 10 more minutes on here, you guys. But when I think about pedal steel licks, like a good practice thing to learn, I think, was this thing that I kind of made up and kind of ripped off of someone too. I don't know what it was, but here I go. If I play it right. That's the hardest one. So the lick would be. So what that's doing is if you just learn that lick, it's teaching you like 5 different pedal steel licks all walking down. So here we got kind of this, here I'm out of C shape, and this is where that cage stuff is really important. I'm out of C shape. Here's my root. I got my pinky pedaling. The other thing you'll notice is there's always other notes being pedaled for these pedal steel licks. I'm pedaling the 5 up top with my pinky. I'm gonna put my ring finger down on the second, 1, 2, and we're bending from the second to the third. So I'm gonna tag them both, and here I'm hybrid picking. I'm using these two, and I'm going. Right, so going. And you could get into that all kinds of ways. I could go. I could pre-bend it and go. You know, you could go a quick one. Then when I'm coming down here, now all of a sudden I'm thinking I'm playing over the 5 chord. There's my G shape, and I'm gonna bend up. This is, I'm thinking I'm pedaling. Here's my major third. I'm gonna bend it up to the 4, or right here I'm thinking 1 because it's in the key of G, so I'm going. So there, I keep that pedal the same, but now we've switched to an E chord. I'm sorry, not an E chord, a D chord. And I'm bending this one. This is another great lick. I'm bending that up just a half step, and I'm pushing it up with my pointer finger while I pedal that top one. I come back with a little bit of vibrato, so I'm going. Now this is the classic great one. So there, I'm barring with my pinky, and I got the 5 and the 1 up top. Now I'm playing out of C, and I'm thinking that C major pentatonic, right? So. Great way to end a song. I did that a couple times at my gig last night, where we'd come down and we'd end a song and I go. Really pretty, you know? But you could also just sting them all together, not sting them, but hit them all together. So it's a great one. Now the hardest one out of that whole lick, so let's play it up to that point. It's gonna be this one. Now I'm thinking out of E shape. Great pedal steel lick in my opinion. I'm grabbing the 5, the 4 low, and then normally I'd be, right, look, that's like an E major chord. I'm not playing this root, but I've got, and I'm just pulling that. So we're gonna omit, and we're just going just those two. Now, I'm gonna start on that minor third. Our target note's right here, and we're gonna pull this down to go up to this. So we're gonna go. Now another great lick from that to make it even more pedal steel is sliding from the 2 into it and pulling it. That's a hard one. I still don't get that right all the time. So see how I did that same thing and I came up to some different positions? I played this same lick that we just taught you right here. If I play it right. And I came up here and did. You know, you got another one here. If I overbent that. So anyways, I hope you guys like that. Sorry, went really long on that, but that's some cool stuff. Wallenberg, yes. I'm following Tom Bukovac. I met Tom. I don't think Tom would remember me. And then, yeah, I follow Guthrie. I worked with Guthrie for like 8 months when I first moved to town. Now, when I say worked with him, he was like a mentor. And I was in a small group of students that we did an 8-month-long like intensive thing. It's the only music schooling I've ever done. Guthrie was like the head mentor. Being a guitar player, you worked with Guthrie a lot. So I learned a lot of stuff from Guthrie. I've thought so much I should make a video on what I learned from Guthrie Chat. I learned all kinds of stuff. I learned a lot of stuff not pertaining to guitar. And not all in negative ways. That might sound negative when I say that, but I learned like some life lessons that I was just green and it taught me. But here's some guitar stuff I remember from Guthrie. I'll tell this story. Guthrie will never see this, but if you do, here's an interesting story. We're doing a day where a different student had recorded a song and Guthrie's going to produce guitar, which means just kind of sit there and like, I'm going to play and we're going to produce. So it's me in a control room. There's 8 other students and I've got the guitar in my lap. And Guthrie's sitting there saying, okay, let's play something over the verse. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I can kind of play. But I remember the big thing Guthrie kept being like, here's the thing with Guthrie. And you get this from his videos. He's just no BS. He's not going to sit there and be like, yeah, man, you're sounding great. When he doesn't think you're sounding great. You know, you got to kind of have some thick skin. And at the beginning, I was so vulnerable that, like, I didn't necessarily have that thick skin. But that taught me a lot of life lessons in general, too. Because you know what? When I get in stressful situations now, I still think back to it's not going to be as bad as sitting in front of Guthrie, not knowing what I'm doing, terrified. Okay, play something over this track. And Guthrie just kept taking the guitar and he'd be like, play something like this, man. And it's this chord shape. This right here. Now, this is an E. Now, I had never learned this little power. There's no major third in it, right? E, I'm playing 1. And I remember him being like, this shape, you know this shape? You know what I'm talking about? I didn't know that shape. And I remember Guthrie just coming down to him being like, dude, you just don't know your shapes. You don't know all the fretboard. You know? And he's saying that in front of like all the students. He's not being mean to me, but he's not letting me off easy. You know? You don't know your stuff, man. You don't know it. And at the time, I'm 22, brand new to town, just as vulnerable as can be. It hurt so bad at the time because you know what? He's right. I didn't know my stuff. I didn't even know this shape. This is exclusively almost what I play for you in E chord. I seldom play this actual E chord. Most of the time I'm playing this. And it gives you access to a lot of stuff going on. so that led me down the path of then learning, like, okay, I don't know my cage shapes. I don't know my shapes, you know? And I remember, dude, I felt super bad. It's like I said, Guthrie, it's not like he was like straight up being mean, but he's just no BS. You get that from his videos if you watch it. Guthrie's not gonna like BS you, you know? And at the time, like, dude, I learned, there's a bunch of other stuff I could talk about, but I learned a lot of life lessons that are also about being like, the fact that at the time I thought Guthrie was being really mean to me, and now I just know the dude's just not BSing, because I didn't know my chord shapes. It's not like I was in there ripping. I didn't know what I was doing, you know, and I thought I was good. I'd been playing for so long, and then to come to town and be like, dude, you don't know what you're doing, that hurts. There's situations like that happen every day in this town, and people either go home and practice or you go home. I mean, you know, it's either lights a fire or you give up. And it lit a fire at that point of being like, you're right, dude, I don't know the chord progressions. After I kind of like sulked that off and whatnot, and we didn't get any takes before lunch, and I was so embarrassed, you know, and it just was terrible. That feeling, dude, I've sat in the studio with Jay Joyce producing my guitar, also cooking me, being like, bro, you know, just, you know, if you know or have ever heard of Jay Joyce, he's got an interesting way of working with stuff. And dude, it still wasn't as bad or nerve-wracking as that time with Guthrie, because I really didn't know what I was doing. But it taught me so much about life. But all the way back to guitar, and back with the story with Guthrie, that showed me, and I went home, and for the next couple years, I'm thinking, okay, all my chords, what's the cage shape stuff? I don't have the fretboard mapped out like I thought I did. I don't actually know how to get from here up to here, you know? And musically, what I just did is not musically. So if I'm going, so anyways, there's my story about Guthrie. The good stuff. I saw Guthrie not that long ago. He came up to me and he was like, hey man, I saw you sitting there. I just said hi to him real quick. So I haven't actually talked or hung out with Guthrie in a long time, but I do know Guthrie. And I worked with him and I learned a lot of stuff, man. And I learned, like, I think I just learned some of those hard lessons. Some of it's literally the guitar playing. He wasn't sitting showing me all that stuff, but you better believe as soon as he started posting stuff on YouTube, I was watching it all the time being like, how is he doing that? I'd always go and watch Guthrie play at gigs. I knew Guthrie. Like, dude, I remember I was trying to learn Guthrie licks before I moved to Nashville, and the first day of that school, and Guthrie's the main mentor because I heard about it through Guthrie posting online. There's only like 9 students in it, and I had gotten into it. And we're driving to Baja Burrito, and I'm sitting in the back of Guthrie's car with me and my buddy Damon. The very first day of that class, and I was like, oh my gosh, dude, I'm in Nashville. And I'm in Guthrie's car. This is crazy to me, right? Like, that was the start because I was so into guitar. I mean, it's way big tangent, but if any of you guys are interested in that, you know, I think it's pretty obvious from Guthrie's videos, he's no BS. And I could have just given up. I could have been like, damn, dude, I suck. Or just been mad about it. And like, put that under the rug, not listen to that. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But you know what? The dude does know what he's talking about. And I went home and up, you know, learning that stuff. And I couldn't do the job I'm doing now or sit on here and teach you guys all that stuff I've learned without that knowledge and that little bit of hard love. Anyways, okay, you guys, I ranted on that for so long, and I don't know if anyone cares about that. But there's a great story. It's a great story, you know. So yes, I'm back up. I'm at this comment. Do I follow Tom Bukovac? Yes. And Guthrie brought Tom in one day for just like a master class where Tom just sat and answered questions, talked for like 2 hours to like 6 of us were at it. Which is cool. He might have had an unplugged guitar, but I think it's more just stories and stuff. But man, I was so green that sadly I was too nervous to ask any questions. I was so different back then, man. But I was just green, brand new to town. I'm a kid. I'm 31 now. Then I was 22, maybe. Just didn't have the confidence I had now. I was too afraid to ask questions. So I don't think Tom would remember me at all. If I reminded Tom of that moment he came in and taught at Guthrie's thing, he'd remember doing that, I bet. But there's no world I think Tom would remember me. Now, either one of those guys, Tom might have seen some of my YouTube stuff and be like, who is this kid? He sucks. Hey, fair enough, dude. I'm no Tom Bukovac. But that's why I'm on here, to be like, hey, man, other people could do it too. Are you going to be Tom Bukovac? No, you're probably not. I'm probably not. No one else probably is going to be. That's how it goes. But you can still send it and make a living doing this. Give me a nice lick using bar chords that's easy to play for someone who isn't good at bending or vibrato but could practice. Wait. Yeah, nice lick using basic chords. Well, when you say basic chords and the lick, tell me what you mean. Bass notes during that bending. Never been a country fan, but the country bends are cool. Wayne, I agree, man. That's some of what hooked me on it off the bat. Those cool country things. Gotta throw them in with some M's and play some country funk. Yeah, dude, that's all that like a... See, as soon as I go to that other rhythm, it's not fun. What was I doing? Ah, what's it? I was trying to get to the 4 chord right there. We're gonna go, anyways, who knows what I'm playing now? Gotta throw some in. Yeah, Wayne. Anyways. All khakied out, dude. I am. These are jeans, but they are pretty dark. Dude, I'm in... Look at even my shoes. I'm in... It is kind of right. I'm on the same exact color. Learn Soda, Stereo, MTV Unplugged. That must be old school. I need to check it out. Killer Story. Oh, hey, thanks, Juan. Thank you for that. New subscriber for sure. Hey, Wallenberg, thanks, man. I'm not playing through a deluxe reverb. I'm playing through a Sir Bella reverb, which is a similar vibe. It has a 22-watt setting that would put it more in the deluxe section, but I've got it on the 44-watt setting. But it is that vibe. Great spring reverb. The reverb you're hearing is just through the amp. I could turn it up, dude. You guys want some more like reverb out stuff? Like, check this out. Dig this. Man, that reverb just sounds cool. play that all day. I really like that. I made that up a little while ago. I think that's a cool thing. I want to do something to it. Great smooth function. Hey, thanks, man. Okay, liked the Guthrie story. Oh, hey, thanks, man. Would Lanco let you post a video from the front of stage of you with full band sound? Would Lanco let you post a video from the front of stage? Tell me what you... I see what you're saying. All my videos are on the side, and all you can really hear is drums and guitar, which inadvertently happened to have helped me out a ton because I don't get copyright stricken. That's why I don't put a bunch of the vocals or down parts in when you're watching those gig vlogs. It's most of the time just me playing, and then I'm cutting when vocals are happening so I don't get copyright struck. But a lot of times when we're in and going and I put a longer segment in, you just hear so much drums and guitars it doesn't copyright it. But yeah, I've got some stuff that's definitely, I've thought about posting. I've got a couple cool videos, but is that Indian? I'm not sure what you mean. Haskar, what's up? Tone sounds like a song for George by Eric Johnson. Okay, cool. Hey, thanks, Malmberg. I'll tell you what, you guys, are using effects or just the amplifier? I have, what you just heard me play, I have slapback on the ground, otherwise nothing else, and that's just the amp. Now, well, the amp, and there's reverb in the amp. Great real spring reverb. I've got it set out of 10. I've got it set on 7 when I did that. Here, look, I'll turn it all the way up. Check this out. Now, it's noisy. Still, it's a lot, but it's usable. Reverb gets a little, that weird crackle. There's something going on once I turn it up that much, but really good reverb, man. All right, you know what's cool? Alright. I would technically turn that reverb down more. I got it. That's me taking that idea, coming down here an octave down here. Where was I trying to go? I didn't go up a whole lot. amplifier to use. Right now I'm plugged into a Sir Bella Reverb. And you guys, I've been streaming for a long time. I'm about to hop off. But I'm plugged into a Sir Bella Reverb. It's nice and good to hear. Hey, thanks, Haskar. Wallenberg sounds and looks. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. All right, you guys. I think I've been streaming. We're at 116 minutes. I've been going for a while, man. The sun went down. I'm sitting in here. I've been having a great time. It was so much fun hanging with you guys. Dude, the tips also, thank you guys. I really appreciate it, man. No one ever has to tip. I never come into a live stream expecting it. I like to do this. I like to hang. I like to talk guitar. I like to teach. I'm going to use this last bit one more time. Plug the lessons. My username on YouTube, timavenmusic@gmail.com. If you want to do a lesson, I do Zoom lessons. I provide you with a recording of it. I've literally done lessons with people all over the world. How much is it? I do $1 a minute. Normally do a 60-minute lesson. Happy to do a 45-minute lesson with you if that's more in your budget. $1 a minute, that's $60 or $40, $45. So yeah, last little bit of time. I'm going to plug that again. I'm really trying to get some more students. I got more free time coming up. And I love doing it, and it's work, you guys. I'm trying to make a living off of it, too. So if it's a win-win, you want a lesson, I like teaching, I make money, you get information. Right? So anyways, you guys, cheers. Great hanging today. I'm just in guitar mood. I could keep playing, but I got to get up. I got to go to the bathroom, walk around, get off my phone for a minute. So you guys, can't thank you enough. And until next time.